There's a scene near the end of Ted Lasso where Trent Crimm, formerly of The Independent, hands over the manuscript for his book, The Lasso Way. It's not a tell-all, it's not a puff piece. It's a study, a tribute, a map. Because what Ted created wasn't a marketing campaign or a press-worthy arc. It was legacy, and that's what we're talking about today. What it means to lead for the long game, to plant seeds you might not see grow, but to plant them anyway. Hey, it's Mary Williams, and this is the School of Moxie podcast. This season, we've used Ted Lasso to unpack what it really means to lead, to coach, to build something worth believing in, especially in business. And here we are at the end of season 2. But really, this is just the beginning, because today's episode is about the long game, the slow build, the deep roots, the work no one sees that makes everything else possible. Let's talk about the legacy you're creating, on purpose or by default, and why the boldest move you can make in business might be the one no one else understands yet. Let's start with something uncomfortable. The internet doesn't reward long game leadership. It rewards virality. It rewards speed. It rewards visibility without context. But real leadership, the kind that shifts cultures and changes people's lives, that takes time. It takes consistency. It takes being so fucking clear on what you're building that you can hold the vision even when no one's clapping for you yet. That's Ted. He walks into Richmond with a mustache, a box of biscuits, and absolutely zero support. The press mocks him. The players ignore him. Rebecca, his boss, literally hired him to sabotage the team. And what does he do? He plays the long game. He doesn't fight for authority. He earns trust. He invests in relationships. He leads the whole person, not just the player. And slowly the ripple effect begins. You see it in Jamie, who goes from arrogant, emotionally disconnected star to grounded team player. You see it in Roy, who steps into coaching not because he's clinging to relevance, but because he's evolving. You see it in Sam, who stands up for his values and takes pride in his whole identity, not just his talent. You see it in Trent Crimm, who goes from detached reporter to devoted storyteller, writing a book that captures the spirit of transformation. That book, The Lasso Way, it's not about stats, it's about impact. And that's the long game. But Ted's legacy doesn't stop there. Even when he leaves, Coach Beard stays, not out of guilt, not out of obligation, but because he knows where he's meant to be. Another long game move. And in the final moments of the show, we see a spark of something new. Rebecca meeting a mysterious woman representing a women's football league, the beginning of a new franchise, the beginning of another long game. That moment doesn't land without everything that came before it. The trust, the growth, the integrity. And none of that happens if Rebecca doesn't make a wildly unconventional hiring decision to bring in an American football coach who doesn't know shit about soccer. Let's talk about that. Because sometimes in business, your best move is the one that makes zero sense on paper, the one your mastermind friends will side-eye, the one the algorithm won't clap for, the one that feels too quiet, too slow, too unsexy. But you know, in your gut, in your bones, it's the move that changes everything. I've made those moves. When I left coaching full-time and returned to content and production, it felt like a step back, a what are you doing kind of move. But deep down, I knew this is home. This is where I thrive. This is where my long game lives. And now I'm building Moxie Studios in Vancouver. I'm creating systems for ethical, accessible content production. I'm serving people who want to be seen and heard for real, not because it's trendy, but because it's time. I've worked with too many people who got caught up in the short game, the six-figure launch fantasy, the scale fast messaging, the rebrands every quarter, the constant content with no direction. And what happens? Burnout, confusion. No one knows what you stand for, including you. The long game asks different questions. What do you want to be known for in 5 years? What do you want to still be standing beside in 10? What kind of ripple do you want to leave behind? This podcast is part of my long game. It's not just content. It's legacy. It's truth-telling. It's recorded proof that I did not take shortcuts. So here's your reminder. You can go fast or you can go far. You can try to be everywhere or you can be unmissable in one place. You can build an empire that crumbles in a year or a foundation that carries people further than you'll ever see. This is your invitation to stop racing and start rooting. Stop performing for applause. Start investing in alignment. Stop launching like your life depends on it. Start leading like your legacy does. This episode is brought to you by my membership newsletter, The Woo Crew. But before you commit to another subscription, did you know you can get a free reading every Saturday delivered right to your inbox? Yep, it's totally free, and it's designed just for entrepreneurs. Head over to sensiblewoo.com/subscribe to sign up. You'll get a weekly tarot reading to help you make aligned business decisions, plus a peek at whether I'm the right reader for you. No pressure, no sales funnel trap. It's your taste test, the ethical way. You'll also receive weekly updates about my online and in-person workshops and events. It's not just a newsletter. It's a weekly media magazine digest for intuitive entrepreneurs who want clarity, strategy, and just the right amount of magic. There are 100 ways to win in business, but only one way to build something that lasts. Show up, listen deeply, lead from your gut, not the group chat. Be like Ted, play for people who become. Be like Rebecca, choose vision over revenge. Be like Trent, tell the story that takes time. Be like Beard, stay where your soul says yes. And above all, be like you, even if no one gets it yet, even if it's slow, even if it doesn't look impressive from the outside. Because the long game, that's where the magic is. That's where the legacy lives. And you, my friend, you are just getting started. Thanks for listening to the School of Moxie podcast. I'm Mary Williams. This season is inspired by Ted Lasso, which is available to watch on Apple TV+. This podcast is written, produced, and edited through my media company, Moxie Studios in Vancouver, Washington. Make sure to subscribe to the School of Moxie podcast on your favorite podcast app and also on YouTube. Leaving a 5-star review helps other listeners find the show, and it is always deeply appreciated. And hey, if this season helped you find your voice again, if it gave you permission to lead differently, send it to your biz bestie and start the conversation. And remember, slow is smooth, smooth is fast, and the long game, that's where the Moxie lives. I'll see you next season.